Today at Talk Stoop, we're getting real with some of our favorite reality TV stars. First up, fan favorite, Johnny Bananas. Now you may recognize Johnny from MTV's The Challenge, but now you're gonna know him as the new host of NBC's First Look. And I couldn't be happier to welcome him to the NBC family. Johnny Bananas, you have a real job now.
Can you believe it? Mom and Dad, you never said I'd do it.
Yes.
And here I am.
You are the host of First Look on NBC. Congratulations.
Pretty thank you, thank you.
Okay, so tell me about this real job.
Well, it was funny because, I mean, obviously, like one of the big knocks on me for the last 12 years of my life from haters has been, when are you gonna get a real job?
Right.
Which I still wanna know what the definition of a real job is. If that means sitting in a cubicle, 40 hours a week, 9 to 5, and being miserable, then I don't want one of those. I'll never forget the first time we had like our team meeting and sat down and they gave me my itinerary.
Oh my God.
I'm looking over this and being like, this is like a real job. Like I'm doing stuff every day of the week. I'm traveling, like I have no time for anything else.
Right.
And like I said, finally, after 12 years, I think my parents can finally be like, all right, we sent you to college for a reason.
Right, and it paid off.
There we go. Yeah.
This all paid off.
Yeah.
Was there anywhere that you traveled that you really enjoyed and you're just like, okay, I really do have to come back for this?
Well, I've never been to France before and it was everything I could have dreamed of and more.
Yeah.
Obviously, Alaska, the same thing. I mean, we went fishing, we went ice glacier climbing, we flew, prop planes landed on a glacier.
Right.
So in like the last couple of months, the amount of experiences that I've had and the things that I've seen and done, I mean, most people wouldn't accomplish in their lifetime.
Did you ever expect this?
No. I thought
when you first started on MTV's The Challenge.
No, and The Challenge is like, I feel like it's, over the years, it's become something that is such a part of like who I am.
Right.
And I really can now relate to like athletes that have a hard time walking away from the game because that's all they know and they've been there for so long. And I said, I'm gonna do it until my body tells me no, MTV tells me no, or my mom tells me no.
Do you feel being on a reality show prepared you for this moment now where you're the host of First Look?
I've had to, over the last 12 seasons of The Challenge, deal with arguably the most difficult personalities on earth.
Why is it doing this to me? You piece of you cheater!
I mean, you've seen it.
Boy,
You've been in it. I mean, you've witnessed what goes on in that stage.
Yes. But you're not the easiest to deal with.
I'm not, but
Johnny.
I'm not. But if you put a lot of people in that competitive, it's a game.
Right, exactly. It brings that out.
It brings, and it does, and the environment and the game and the rules, and the thing that it's taught me is how to essentially be like a chameleon, I guess, and be able to operate in any circumstance, in any environment. So, First Look, what's so incredible about this show is every day is different.
Right.
I go one day I'm doing American Ninja Warrior, to the next day I'm smelling feet in a smell laboratory in Kansas City, to competing beside Travis Kelce, who's one of the greatest tight ends in football, to then wrangling iguanas in Florida. So every day is completely different. And I think that The Challenge really did, over the years, has taught me how to not only know like who I am on television, who I want to be and how I want to portray myself, but also how to just deal with anybody.
Yeah. Your name, Johnny Bananas, where does that come from?
I've had a lot of run-ins with bananas throughout my life, in a weird way. There was this one scene in Beverly Hills Cop where there's these cops that are following him. So in order to get him to stop, he jams a bunch of bananas in their tailpipe.
Right.
So I was like, I don't know, 10, 8. I'm like, dude, this is awesome. I'm gonna see if this works. So I shoved a bunch of bananas in my mom's tailpipe.
No, you didn't.
Yeah, and it doesn't work. Her car started right up.
And did they fall out?
Yeah, so eventually like they rotted and like fell out. She had to go to the mechanic and have her like her muffler taken off.
Did she know it was you?
Well, obviously, I mean, she found out. I was a bad liar when I was a kid. I've gotten a lot better. And then years later, when I first moved to New York, I worked at the Roosevelt Field Mall up in Nassau County. A guy who then ended up becoming my best friend, whose name was also John, worked at another store in the mall. I worked at Banana Republic. So I then became Johnny Bananas as a way to like tell the two of us apart.
Catch me up. How's the love life going? Because I don't know at what point we talk.
It's complicated.
So it's complicated.
So I was in a relationship for close to 5 years.
Yes.
Yeah. When I was on The Challenge, I was always taken. You know what I mean? So that was just something I didn't have to worry about. Now being on the show and now just being in reality, I knew who I was in a relationship.
Right.
I didn't, but I feel like I lost sight of like who I was on my own.
Damn, that's deep.
It is, and I'm still, again, like trying to figure out who I am.
So you're single, yeah? Okay. I didn't want complicated men.
Yeah.
I didn't want to throw you under the bus right now.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're single.
Yeah.
Living your best life.
Living my best life, yeah.
You're doing great. Johnny, I love seeing you. Come visit us anytime you're in New York, okay? I know
will.
you're busy out here. Of course.
I've always got time for you, Nessa.
Thank you.
Always got time.
I got you.
You got me.
Yes.
All right.
Coming up, wrestling badass Natalya Neidhart. Natalya Neidhart was such a sweetheart. We had a ball when she stopped by to chat about her incredibly successful wrestling career and her e-show, Total Divas. How are you?
I'm great, thank you.
How's this new season,
Yeah.
Total Divas on E? And it's been so successful.
You know, it's just every season I always say, oh, I think this is our best one, but like this season was just so much craziness happened. Like one of my favorite parts of doing the show was just being there for others. I can't tell you how many people reached out to me after my dad had passed away, and they were just like, oh my goodness, I lost my mom, and you know, I'm going through the same thing, and you know, just sharing their experiences, it made me feel less alone.
Yeah.
And so for that, I was grateful.
What are some of the hard things about being on TV all the time, or cameras always in your face? I mean, you've been doing it for a while now,
Yeah.
but there's still got to be things that are just...
There's moments where you kind of just want your space, but at the same time, like I said, when you're able to touch people and reach people on a different level, and you can help people, and you know, we in WWE, we work with so many different community outreach programs like Make-A-Wish and Susan G. Komen and Special Olympics, and you know, we have a program in WWE called Connor's Cure. It benefits kids with cancer. And those are the things that you realize, like without this platform in WWE, without my notoriety through WWE, we can't really help change the world in the way that we are. To go hug a kid that's going through something that's life-threatening, and to know that you're actually like boosting their vitals.
Right.
That's life-changing.
I feel like that's definitely your calling. Like you can just tell how much you glow up talking about giving back and helping others. Because yes, it's exciting, it's fun, but then it's like, okay, what else can I do with this?
I'm so grateful that I have this career that I love. I wake up in the morning and I'm excited to get out of bed. I love what I do in the ring. I love the girls that I work with. And I'm so excited to see these new women coming into the WWE and how I can use my influence and my experiences, because I've been through just about everything.
Right.
And it's cool because I want to be able to, you know, pay it forward.
And it looks like you and Ronda Rousey have really just been stuck to the hip.
I love Ronda. She's so sweet.
Yeah.
I mean, she's a badass, but she's awesome.
Right.
But I said to Ronda, I was like, we were born to do this. Let's go. Let's like. And the thing is that she's been under pressure. Nia Jax has been under pressure. Lana's been under pressure. Everybody's under pressure.
Right.
And pressure is a good thing because diamonds are made under pressure.
They really are.
And that's what we are. We're diamonds. And I love proving everyone wrong and surpassing every expectation.
Did you ever have an embarrassing moment before you got into the ring ever in your career where you're just like, oh gosh, I tripped.
Yeah, every
that
day.
we didn't see? And
There's so many moments like that I have daily. I can't even explain. Like I always joke with the girls, my life is like a Seinfeld episode. I'm like, I have had wardrobe malfunction. I have slipped in the ring. I have backed my car into other people's cars.
No.
I'm not a good backer-upper.
I'm sorry.
I just have moments all the time like that. I feel like I like not being perfect, and the more I age, the more I realize that like life is all about embracing your imperfections.
I'm a sucker for a good love story. So you and your husband, TJ, obviously in the same industry, and I'm sure it's so supportive, but you guys met at 12 years old?
We met when TJ was 12 and I was 10. And
how, what?
So TJ went to school with my cousin, and TJ came to the house and he was like 12 years old, and he's like, oh my gosh, this is where Bret the Hitman Hart is from. And like, there was a wrestling ring on our lawn. And so TJ became mesmerized with our family, and then he was just always around, and he basically became like a part of the Hart family. We were friends when I was a teenager, but like he would kind of get on my nerves a little bit because he had a crush on me, and I was like, oh, leave me alone. Yeah. But then when I was 18, I started training how to wrestle, and so TJ was a huge like coach for me. And
this is so cute.
Because of wrestling, I trusted him so much, and so I fell in love with him in the ring. Because I was like, when I would wrestle with TJ, it was like, I was driving a Ferrari, but when I'd wrestle with other people, I was like, this is like driving a broken down Buick. Yeah. And then I'd go, you know what, I'm kind of like spoiled. I want to drive the Ferrari. And that's kind of how I fell in love with TJ, and the rest is history.
I got a surprise for you.
Oh my God!
He's been my first and only boyfriend. He's been...
Oh my gosh, we're all dying right now. We're all like, oh my God.
He's been my only love. He's the only guy that I've ever kissed. Like, you know, he's just been my rock. And he just spoils me, and I just love him so much. He's like my everything.
Oh my gosh, this is so cute. Look at all the girls in the room. We're like, oh my gosh. Guys, step it up. If your lady is not gushing like this over you, it's a problem.
I know. We've known each other for 23, oh gosh, I shouldn't even date myself. But we've known each other for a quarter of a century, so it's cool.
I love it. Yeah. And thank you so much for being so nice to everybody. And it's so awesome to be sitting here chatting with you. Thank you so much.
Yeah, of course. It was so nice being on the show.
From one wrestler to another, up next we're chatting with amazing WWE couple, the Miz and Maryse.
Accommodations for Talk Stoop are furnished by 135 West 52nd. These exclusive private condominiums feature 1 to 4 bedroom residences, duplexes, and triplex penthouses. Luxurious finishes and amenities await in this 12,000 square foot private lounge, ideal for relaxing and entertaining alike. Recharge in the 75-foot-long custom mosaic tiled pool. This is elevated living at its finest. Available for immediate occupancy. To learn more, visit 135west52nd.com.
The Miz and Maryse are no stranger to being in front of the cameras at WWE events. But now they scored their own TV show on the USA Network, and we talked about what viewers can expect to see. Maryse, can I say how amazing your ponytail is? From one woman to another?
Thank you.
Slay, yes.
A lot of work.
Yeah. Sorry, Miz. I know. Oh my gosh, okay, so we have so much to talk about. Brand new show. This is exciting, Miz and Mrs.
I'm expecting to see my wife on a table.
They say you was in here having contractions.
What?
So when I walk in and I see her eating a cookie, you can only imagine what is going on in my mind.
What made you want to put your life on camera all the time, 24/7?
Our life has been documented. I mean, my life has been documented since 2001. You know, I was on The Real World.
And this is you guys moving from LA to Austin. We were just talking about that. How do you like the move? I'm sure it's different.
The move itself? The move was
a nightmare. I hate moving. It's the worst thing on earth.
She had a baby a week before.
Moving, it's a big process. Having a baby and happening at the same time. It's going to be fun for people to watch it. For us, not
it was
so
hell.
much.
Enjoy our help, everyone.
And your mom being on the show is hilarious.
My mom.
She's a lot.
She's a lot to take in.
Do you guys talk French all the time to each other? And do you feel left out?
100% of the time, they talk French, and I know they're talking about me.
They feel like,
they are. Oh, they have no idea. You can tell when someone's talking about you, no matter what language it is, because it's like, oh, je m'appelle.
Do you know do you understand any French at this point?
I understand words.
Just words.
Some words here and there. Je suis magnifique.
He's so jealous, clearly.
I wish I
we got this down.
I wish I could understand, because they're making fun of me 90% of the time, and I want to just know what they're saying.
I want to go back a little bit in time when you two first met. Who liked who first?
She loved me.
Of course, I was waiting for it. I was like, he's going to say that.
As soon as she saw me, she was like, oh my God, this is it.
The real version is I flew for the Diva Search, WWE Diva Search in 2006 from Montreal to LA, and I couldn't speak a word in English, so my friends back home, they wrote me a script, and I learned the script in the plane. I get to LA, to my audition, it's the only thing I can say. So I start speaking, and Mike goes, no, we don't want to have a beauty pageant, we want a real answer.
I look at her, I mean, her aura, when she walks in the ring, you want to see what she's going to say next. She's just saying these cookie cutter answers. I'm like, give me something.
I got in his face, and I don't remember what I said in French,
great.
but it was...
I don't know what she said, but it was amazing.
And
do you remember what you said?
Probably like, you're the hottest guy I've ever seen in my life.
Sure.
I wish I could take you home.
Sure.
How has having a baby changed your life, and for you too? Because I know this just...
She's everything.
Monroe,
you know, it's crazy because people will tell you, when you become a parent, you'll change, and then it happens. And
really?
You just...
And you realize it. Like, I didn't think I'd enjoy it this much. Like, I thought it was going to be like, oh yeah, I got a kid, you know, It's great, you know.
Sure,
but,
diapers,
oh,
food,
diapers.
college,
Like I was thinking
it.
of all the worst stuff, but like I enjoy diaper duty. I enjoy changing her and putting her in outfits. Like Maryse will put an outfit on, I go, there's no pink in that. Like she has to wear pink because when we go out, I don't want people to go, oh, look at, what is it? Is it a boy or a girl? No, you know it's a girl, it's pink. So I had her and she was just crying and crying. I'm like, come on, I'm singing, I'm dancing, I'm doing the whole thing. I give her to her, she stops crying. I looked at it and I went, give her back to me. Give her back to me, starts crying again. Give it back to her, stops crying. I went, Monroe, you're breaking my heart.
When you were pregnant, what were some of your cravings, Mike? Do you remember?
Anything that is in dirt.
No. That was a huge misunderstanding, by the way.
Black truffles. That was
Black
it.
truffles. Okay, so
Oh,
that
yeah.
was the most expensive craving.
Ching, 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 ching.
Do you want to get back in the ring?
Oh, well, right now, you know, I just had a baby, so we'll see. Like, I want to be back. I want to be back and be great, and I want to be great and be there for my daughter. So it's trying and juggling in between, you know.
I want to go back a little bit. When you first started on TV and we saw you on Real World, do you feel that time period of your life was the stepping stone to where you're at now?
Never in my wildest dreams did I think I could ever be a WWE superstar.
Right.
However, getting on The Real World, and being in New York City, it made me realize that I could do anything I put my mind to. So I've been very fortunate, and not only that, but I got to meet the girl of my dreams in WWE. Now we get to be executive producers and stars of our own show, our own docuseries, you know, and we get to allow people to come in and say, hey, we're not really the villains that you see on TV. We're gonna let you inside and actually get to witness Mike and Maryse as a family.
I love that. Was it hard for you to cross over from MTV to WWE? Because, you know, sometimes...
It's hard to, back then, if you're on a reality show back then, that was all you were good for.
Right.
You're no talent. All you can do is be on TV, living your life. Nobody wanted it. Now, everything's reality. Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, this, that, and the other thing. So now it's almost applauded and looked at, and you see these huge, big A-list celebrities being like, God, I want my own reality show. Well, guess what? This one's got one. And it's going to be absolutely incredible and amazing because we're executive producers, and I know how to make a good, solid docuseries.
Talk about it.
I will.
That's what I'm talking. I love this.
And the thing about ours is, it's like the things that happened while we were filming.
The struggles that
The struggle. I mean, she's 9 months pregnant, filming.
Oh, just hearing that, I just feel like I'm sweating.
I
just
remember
hearing that.
doing interviews and we were, okay guys, I'm just sitting there and I can't, I'm sweating. Oh my God, it's so
Felt
hot.
bad for her. She's like, I need a water. Get her a water. I'm hungry. Get her food.
I can't wait to see all the episodes. This is going to be really good. And thank you for sharing your lives with us.
Matt, thank you very much for having us. We really appreciate
and say
it.
hi to Monroe.
I
for
will.
me.
We will.
Coming up next, a couple of our favorites from the Shaws of Sunset. MJ and Reza from Bravo's Shaws of Sunset reveal what their friendship is really like off camera and why they both hear the pitter-patter of little feet in their futures. Funny enough, I was just telling you guys, I remember seeing the first promo when Shaws of Sunset first was about to debut.
A lifetime ago.
Oh my, it's season 7 now.
Yes, amazing. Welcome to Big Bear.
Can we just go right to our trip? Surprise! You're staying here!
I don't want to die. I still need to find my husband.
Now, for this season, we see you planning your wedding.
Yes.
I've heard planning a wedding is probably the worst thing on earth. How was it? Is it a nightmare? Be honest.
Yeah, we did it in about a month.
You see her.
Really?
Yeah, she was a stunning bride.
Oh, thank you. How's married life going for you and Tommy right now?
Married life, I feel more love and compassion for the kid. He tells me all the time that we're stuck together for life, and then I realize that I better make it good, if that's the case.
Reza, how's Adam doing?
Adam's great. He's at home holding it down. We're about to move into our new house.
I hate moving, by the way. It's the worst thing on earth.
Second only to building a house.
Definitely.
So we're never doing it again, and we're gonna rot and die in this house.
I'm sure he's gonna turn around and do it again because he's too talented not to.
She's calling me neurotic in the nicest way, and she's totally right. Like for the kitchen, I wanted everything brand new. And when I tell you everything brand new, like I didn't want to bring a can opener with me.
Well, when you decide to move out, let me know.
I got you,
because
girl.
we're more than happy to take over.
You know me, I'll be opening up those drawers and they'll be like that brand new, or can I take it anyway?
Right. So are you and Adam still talking about wanting to have kids, or
Adam
is that
talks
moved?
about having kids ad nauseum. We'll be watching a dog food commercial. He'll be like, oh my God, wouldn't that be cute if our baby was feeding that dog? I'm like, literally, queen, relax. Like, it's expensive. I looked on eBay, there's no babies. Like,
How are things going for you, MJ? I know that you were talking about, you know, working on having a baby. How's the process going?
Yes, thank God, knock wood. We've got the IVF process and the egg freezing process behind us, and now I'm just getting the womb ready, and God willing, we'll be able to start our family soon.
From my understanding, it's very painful.
Oh, there's a lot of ups and downs. You want to have a very supportive husband. You might even consider going into like a support group where your husband is going to know that these hormones kick your butt and they've got really severe side effects like headaches. And
she'll text me and she's like, I'm blue. And like, she's the most upbeat human being on planet Earth. So like, I know that whatever treatments she's doing, they're really taking their toll on her. So I applaud her for everything that she's going through to make this happen.
I do. I text him like, I'm so depressed, Reza, right now. I can't move. I can't get out of this
And I'm like,
house
let's
today.
go to Gucci.
Yeah, he does. He'll say like, do you want me to come pick you up? And you know, like the main thing is, you know, it is really an awesome thing to have the support of your friends, your families, other people that have gone through it. I think that's why our show is so, you know, is still around and going so strong, because we put all of these things that, you know, everyone else has to go through, and it's out there.
Is your dad with us?
It's okay. You don't have to be strong.
I hope my dad knows how much I love him.
When I was seeing bits and clips from this season and knowing that you lost your father, and I'm so sorry for your loss, and that just must be so hard, and to share that. How are you coping with this?
I don't know. I think that must be one of the only questions I cannot answer very well. I talk about him all the time. I get a lot of joy from saying, like, you know what my dad would say right now, and so that makes me feel happy to keep his legacy alive. And Reza has known my father since he was a teenager as well.
I came out to her father before I came out to my own parents. So he held a very, and still does, a very special place in my heart.
Where would you like this show to go?
Forever and ever.
Forever and ever.
Yes, we're gonna start our family soon. We're gonna have houses right next to each other. We're gonna have.
Our kids are gonna get married.
Yep.
And play with one
My mom is
another.
gonna retire and be a hands-on grandma, and you know we're gonna keep plugging away.
I feel like her mom would bleach the baby's hair blonde. And the baby, if it's a girl, will have red lipstick from Jump. I'm not kidding.
More blush, less blush.
More blush, less blush. Well, thank you guys so much for hanging out with me today.
We are gonna stay in touch for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. And anytime you want to go to the Gucci store and buy things for me, let me know.
Got it, girl.
And
It's
lip
right.
glosses,
But
I'm
we can't
here.
eat.
Yeah, we can't eat.
No.
We're just gonna be hangry at the Gucci store.
No, but we can have drinks.
No, we can just get one thing and all three of us share it.
And then still be hangry, but that's okay. I hope you had as much fun as I did hanging out with our favorite reality stars. If you want to see any of these interviews again, just go to TalkStoopTV.com, and of course catch us on our socials. Search Talk Stoop on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And oh yeah, go to our YouTube page. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next week.